The Super Mario Bros. Movie is toxic to our society. I know we're all getting ready for the new Mario movie that's coming out, and I'm probably gonna go see it still. At least at some point, might wait till streaming. But I think we should all remember what the last movie really was, and how bad it was.
What?
Now, I don't really like to make negative videos. I don't really like to just be the guy that's saying this is bad and you should all agree with me that it's bad, because I had so many experiences in high school when I would watch a lot of content like that was negative, where people would get on board with just the bandwagon that this is bad, this is bad, this is bad, and then I would just stop thinking for myself. On most of my videos, I kind of want to keep them positive, but I think it's important to talk about what really bothered me with this film and the things that they specifically did that feel a little bit manipulative in a sense. To kind of start this whole thing, to kind of ground this whole thing, I've watched a lot of Illumination movies, and the only one that was good, the one that launched their studio, was Despicable Me. Maybe Despicable Me 2. Those were solid stories that told something worthwhile and really had an impact on our culture. They literally spawned a whole Minions merchandise train that they've just been bankrolling in ever since. But Illumination has actually changed the way that they are making kids movies. There's an interview that I watched a while ago by a guy named Brad Abelson. Brad Abelson co-directed Minions 2, I believe. There's an interview that I can link to right here that talked about the process that they went through in making this movie. And one of the things he talks about is how Illumination doesn't use a script anymore.
In features, there's barely a script. I was shocked. I remember my first day on the Minion, was so excited. I was in the meeting with Chris Meledandri and the other director and the writer. I introduced myself and was like, all right, well, here we go. We're making Minions 2. Like, where's the script? And they all laughed at me. Script? New guy thinks there's a script? Like, that's what we're here for, buddy. Like, we're gonna figure it out. I'm like, how do you build a house without a blueprint?
I didn't understand this until I watched this interview, but I always knew that Illumination movies just seem so random. They seem so just empty in a sense. You watch a movie like Migration about these birds that are trying to get across the country. They're literally just going through a bunch of random miscellaneous events. It's just things that happen to the bird. Then you watch a movie like The Wild Robot that has a solidified story, is also about another bird who migrates, and it is just filled with meaningful things that impact you and you can connect to emotionally, and it's not just nothingness being thrown at you. It's actually solidified story. Honestly, I don't know if the Mario movie is on this train, but I can kind of see the similarities in this movie too.
The brothers.
Wow, you were great.
When I first watched the Mario movie, when I went into the theaters and I sat down, and there's a beginning where Bowser's going in the ice kingdom and stealing the star, and it's a pretty cool setup, and then it goes into the Mario Bros, who are actually like trying to start a business and make a name for themselves, and they go through this trial with this dog and it goes terrible. I thought that was actually pretty solid. I thought, okay, maybe they're actually gonna make a really character-driven movie about Mario and Luigi, and maybe they'll actually go through some real hardships. Well, it almost reaches that end of page mark. They have gotten as far as what was written. It seems pretty grounded. It's established some good themes that could be worked on, and then it just goes into like a genuine roller coaster. There's a flood, they go into the sewers, they go through a pipe, they get split up, Mario has to go into the kingdom, and then just random stuff just starts happening. But it also happens with like no obstacles.
Hey, how is this gonna be okay? I'm telling you, nothing can hurt us as long as we're together.
Let me say something positive before I go into the frustrations. The world, it's really beautiful. Like, they translated the Mushroom Kingdom pretty well. I like the society that they made. I like the relational dynamics between like the Toads and Princess Peach, and how they even give her a backstory of how she got there. I thought that was all really, really cool. But I do feel it needs more layers to it. Something about that style of animation where you're just going and figuring out as you go, it doesn't give you the ability to go back and to rework it from the beginning. If you're a scriptwriter, when you write a script, you kind of do this what's known as the throw-up draft. It's just the first draft where you go through and you can just pour it all onto a page, and you get to the end and you're like, wow, I wrote a great script, and then you read it and you're like, well, that needs to be fixed, that needs to be fixed, that needs to be fixed, that needs to be fixed. And then you can go through and start adding more layers. It's like when you draw something, you sketch and then you can color it and then maybe you can paint it or whatever. That's probably not the process, but that is a needed process in film. And that is not something Illumination's doing anymore. And that's sad to me.
But you were gonna help me find my brother. Please?
Well, okay.
When Mario's worried for his brother and he's going through the kingdom and he's like, I need to find Princess Peach, I need to find Princess Peach. He literally just like shows up, it's out of nowhere, and Peach just, throws him down, and it's like, I'm not gonna help you. Really? No, I'll help you. Oh, okay. Let's keep going. Like, there's obstacles in the movie that are just people like, sure, why not? Like, let's just do it just because. That happens, I think, twice in the movie, when Princess Peach is gonna help Mario, and then when the Kong army later is like, no, I'll help you just because. And it's just like, okay, why? Oh, because they want to go throughout this whole world, because they want to show off all that Mario has. They want to show off all these different cool locations. Oh, look, this references this video game. Oh, look, here's Mario Kart. Oh, look, here's Donkey Kong King and Country. It's like, that's cool, Nintendo. That's really cool. I like that. But I don't like that for a movie. I don't like that for a film that should be something more. If you're gonna tell a character-driven Mario story, you need to have Mario go through more obstacles than just the very beginning and the very end. Sure, it kind of looks like he has obstacles, but it's just like that kind of surface level obstacle. That again, I think only can be really worked out in a script. The film has obviously some good laughs. I think Jack Black did a great job in improvising throughout the film. He is honestly the funniest part. He is the part that feels the most grounded in a sense, and I think it's probably attested to the actor more than to anything else, and how much Jack Black takes his characters to heart, how much he wants to give more than what he is just expected of him. It's cool how the song took off, and the Peaches song, like that's really funny, and this movie does a great job with some good laughs.
Sit. Jam with me.
There is one aspect of the film though that I think stands out to me the most and why I want to make this kind of video, even if it has like a negative tone to it. It's this star fairy character, this Luma character that they put in this movie. When I was originally going to see that in the theaters, I was honestly really taken aback by how much they were trying to make a joke out of the desire of death. And it's like a creepy character. I think it's intended to be creepy, but it is just very off-putting. Until the very end of the film, I didn't understand why they wanted to do that, and I think it's a deeper problem that this movie has that is actually kind of manipulative. One of the reasons I think it's toxic for our culture.
Now that's a happy ending. Or is it? Because everything's over now.
The Mario movie doesn't position itself as something that is there for you in a way to serve you. It pictures itself as something that you need to consume and to receive this entertainment and to be healthy. And you might think that that's silly. That's like, you're being crazy. You're looking into this too much. But look at what the Luma says in the credits. It's over. This fun ride is over. You need more. You need more. Like, it's a literal subliminal message that's trying to hook people on Mario so that you'll keep coming back to it in this consumer culture, that when you feel empty, just go try to find more. Like, go to the Universal parks, go to the Mario Land, go into this as far as you can and eat as much of it as you can. It's genuinely unsettling to me. Compare this to the Minecraft movie, which just came out recently. Especially after watching the Mario movie and then watching the Minecraft movie, it just made the Minecraft movie feel so much better to me. And one reason in particular is that the Minecraft movie, true to Minecraft, positions itself not as the thing in which you need to consume, but as something that's there to help you along your own personal journey. If you look at the character arc of the kids in Minecraft, he has this desire to create, to be creative, to be an engineer, to go actually do things in the real world. He goes into Minecraft, he finds an outlet for that where he can just create things, but he doesn't stay there. That's not his home. That's not what they're trying to get you hooked on. That's something that was there to help him come into the confidence and maturity to say, I'm gonna go back out in the real world and try again. That is so much more impressive to me because it's a brand saying, hey, we're confident enough in our brand that we are going to be the one that's gonna help you and you're not always gonna need us. Now compare that to the Mario movie, where it's saying, hey, this world is dark and there's depression, there's death, and it's just, we should end it all. But maybe just go to this film and just watch this movie, or go to Mario, or go to this content, or go to entertainment and just try to survive. Like, do you see the difference here? This is a kid's movie. It shouldn't be interwoven with those kind of themes that make a kid feel like this is what he needs to live, or make an adult feel like maybe somebody really down seeing that and really being affected by it, and then they're trying to work their own brand into that hole. It's toxic. It's actually manipulative. We gotta be really careful moving into this next era of Mario films with Illumination at the head. Like, we have to be careful about this, because I think that there's something really wrong there. I don't know if it's just me. It might just be me. But the story, the writing, like the lack of story, but the desire to sell merchandise, it just feels like a greedy thing to me. And a lot of Hollywood right now is filled with cash grabs, and that's a lot of what we're going to see, things we're familiar with. Well, if we're only going to see Mario movies because of the IP, then make it count. That's kind of my message here. I care about film, and I hope that comes across in this video. I care about this, and I want it to succeed, and I want it to be something that people would want to watch for a long time, not just one time. So as I'll go into the Mario movie, the new one that's coming out, Super Mario Galaxy, that's exciting to me. That's a cool IP. That's something I love. I'm going to have just a bit of a guard up, and I think that you guys should do the same. That's my take on the Mario movie. That's my thoughts on it. I hope that some of it did stir some thought in you as well. So have a great one. Take care.
Check the map!
Thank you so much for watching. My name is Jack McIntyre. I'm a writer, filmmaker, and storyteller. I believe that films are meant to mean more than just quick entertainment, but should serve others through grounded storytelling and universal truths. If you'd like to support this vision, please consider subscribing below and leave this video a thumbs up if you liked it. I think it would mean a lot to me to let me know that you enjoyed it. But anyways, have a good one. I'll see you guys. Take care.